This is breakfast on the final day. I know it looks unhealthy.
What kind of syrup is it?
Chocolate syrup.
Oh, why not? You're on vacation.
There you go. So, yeah. Tomorrow's breakfast and we'll go back to normal. So, we are at the gate in Frankfurt Airport. We are here earlier as opposed to on the way there because we left a little bit later than we should have. But yeah, we're in the airport at the gate. So, our plane leaves in 3 hours. So, have 3 hours to kill. That's always fun. I feel like getting to the airport is a hurry up and wait kind of situation. And today is no exception. Where it's like, oh, we've got to hurry up and check in. Oh, but then we got to wait 3 hours. You know, that's one of the reasons why I don't like the journey when it comes to flying in a plane. I don't mind getting in the actual plane and flying. It's just having to go through security, having to check in bags, having to do all this stuff. And then you're having to wait for so long. It's like, man, I just want to get on this plane and just get to my location or go home. One of the two. So it's one of those situations. But when you're traveling in a car somewhere, then the journey is pretty fun because then you get to look at all kinds of scenery and everything. So when it comes to flying in a plane, the journey is not necessarily as fun as the destination. When you're in a car, yes. But yeah, I will record another clip when the plane's about to take off.
Pleasure to welcome you to Atlanta. We're current local time here is approximately 6:32 p.m. Please stay seated with your seatbelt parked at the gate and the captain turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. Please be careful when opening the overhead bins to avoid injuries from items that may shift in during flight. I'd like to sincerely apologize for the delay and any inconvenience. If you have missed your connection or done the reservation and customer service team will automatically rebook you to the next available flight. You can access, view, and make changes to your rebook itinerary on any mobile device using the Fly Delta app. You can also receive real-time status updates, boarding notification, and more. If you don't already have the app, it only takes a minute to download from the App Store or Google Play. So do every effort to reroute your checked baggage onto your next flight. Gate agents will be available to assist in the gate information screens. We'll refrain most up-to-date flight information. As you plane, please remember to take.
So we are finally back at the car after going through passport check. We did the security check back in Germany, so didn't have to do that back here, but yeah, we waited for our bags for what seemed like a long time. I will explain the delay and why there was a delay a little bit later when I'm back home and I end off the video, so I will see you guys then. So, I am back home, and this is the next day, because when we got home last night, it was 10:30, and I was too tired to want to record anything and fully talk about what I said I was going to talk about now 2 days ago, but technically yesterday in these vlogs. It gets confusing because I don't upload the vlog on the same day I record it. I just don't have enough time, so it's usually the next day or the day or 2 days after. Yeah, so I am back home. The flight was delayed 3 hours and 15 minutes. So I was sitting in a big metal tube. Yes, that's how I love to think about a plane, because I'm weird like that. So I was sitting in a big metal tube for 12 hours straight. Yeah, the plane was delayed 3 hours and 15 minutes because, first off, it was overbooked, and second off, it was outside. So, those two things will come into play here in a couple minutes. But I just want to mention, though, that the number one thing is that they had to shuttle people to the plane because, like I said, it was outside. See? Setting up context for later. And then, well, first it was the... I'm trying to get the timeline right in my head. Okay, so first they were short-staffed when it came to putting the bags on the plane. So that took longer than expected to get the bags onto the plane. Then they continued to shuttle people onto the plane. So I guess they weren't going to leave those people behind since they already checked in. And yeah, it would be wrong to leave people behind if they've checked in. I guess even though they should have been there earlier, I don't know. It's not my call to make. But anyway, so then there was a family of four where the dad of the family did not want to give up his seat, even though the other three members of his family did not have seats because it was overbooked. I don't I don't quite know why they didn't exactly have seats. Maybe it's because I know why. It's because it was partly overbooked because I heard from a couple other passengers that their plane trip had been canceled, so their flight was put on the flight that I was on. So that's how it got overbooked, and so not everybody's, but some people's seating arrangements got kind of scrambled around. So I guess in an odd game of musical chairs, some people got left out. So that was that, where they couldn't go until that was resolved. And then after that, we needed to make sure that the runway was clear before we could even queue. I'm not a pilot. I'm not gonna be a pilot, or at least I don't plan to be. I plan to go into IT. So you would just turn the runway off and turn it back on again if you wanted to resolve that issue. To be honest, that is what I would do as an IT person. But yeah, I don't exactly know why you would have to wait for the runway to be clear, but that's just me. I'm sure there's some special reason, but I don't know. I'm very open to a special reason being the case, other than turning it off and turning it back on again. And so that was all the delays with the flight. Then now I meant to say this throughout the trip, and there were times, at the end of the day, one of the days, the Autobahn in Germany refers to all, and I mean all, major highways. But there's speed limits close to the cities. So it could be 100. I saw a speed as high as 120 kilometers an hour. Which, by the way, for my American viewers, that's 70 miles an hour. Well, it's actually more like 72 or 73 or 4, but let's just say 70 or 75 just to make it easier. I don't know if there's a speed limit sign that would say 75, so yeah, like I said, let's just say 70 to make it easier. But mostly it'd be 100 kilometers an hour, which would be 62, so 60. Yeah. Out in the country, there are no speed limits on the Autobahn. But if the police know that you are the cause of an accident for going really fast, then your fines will be increased. That is what the bus driver said. One last thing I want to say. I accidentally stopped the recording. Yeah. One last thing I want to say is that I want to thank Germany. It's hard to thank a country, but I'm going to try to anyway. Thank you, Germany, for being such an amazing and beautiful and diverse country and having some amazing people. like I said 2 or 3 days ago, just about every single German I spoke to and interacted with were friendly. There was just one German in Dresden that was not exactly pleasant. But, like I was saying yesterday, 1 or 2 exceptions to the rule only proves the rule. So the fact that there was one person in Dresden that wasn't necessarily nice does not mean that all Germans are rude. It just proves the rule that the Germans are nice people. So I absolutely enjoyed this trip. This was my favorite trip that we have taken thus far. I think it's partly because we got to spend so long and see so much, but it was definitely worth it, and I would definitely do it again in the future. But that will pretty much do it for me. I don't know when I'm going to travel next, as there's stuff in my personal life that is coming up where it might prevent me from traveling. I might have less free time and less time to be able to travel. So that's what I mean by personal stuff. I believe, well, I know where I would love to go, but my grandmother and I disagreed on our first pick, so we agreed on other countries where we would love to visit. So we pretty much know where we could go, but we don't know when. That's the thing. I'm kind of in the same boat I was when we came back from Italy. I did not know in the future when I would be able to really travel at all, much, especially outside the country. And I love the United States, but I prefer to travel outside of the country in order to experience different cultures. And Germany's culture is so good. It's so great. I love it. But, yeah. I believe that will pretty much do it for me today. Since this is the last day of the vlogs, well, of the Germany vlogs for 2022 at least, I would really love to go back at some point in my life. And if I still have this platform, then I will definitely vlog it once again. But yeah, so that will do it for me today and throughout this trip. So thank you for watching these vlogs, whether it's today or the whole trip. I do appreciate you joining me on this wonderful experience that I have had throughout the last couple of weeks. It has been a pleasure. But yes, so that will do it for me today. And so yes, guys, I do believe that will do it for the Germany vlogs. And until the next trip I take, I will see you all later. Goodbye, guys! Thank you all for watching.